Hey y'all, it is Kat from Kat Southern Charms, back with, we're gonna do an updated geode instructional video. And today, instead of purple, I'm going to do green. This is Imperial Green by Mayspring. I'm also going to use Eye Candy's Tiffany Blue and a transparent that's called Peacock Green. Very beautiful color. You've seen me use that before. I'm also going to use some Abalone shell to add that shimmer and beauty. Now, last night I went ahead and did up my crystals with my Epsom salt, and I let that set overnight so it would cure. You see there are little areas that I'm gonna have to go back and fill in, which is fine, no big deal. But I wanna cover how we actually pour on a canvas. Now, I'm using Let's Resin's top coat, their tabletop coat, because it's a thicker resin. That is the one thing that people make a lot of mistakes with geodes, is they use a thin resin that wants to spread out, and when you add heat to it, it thins even more. So you want to start with a thick resin. Now let's get our colors mixed up, and then I'll show you how we're going to pour it. So that is our Imperial Green by Mayspring. Beautiful color, really like that. And we have our Tiffany Blue by Eye Candy. Y'all, I am so in love with Eye Candy's paste. Beautiful, beautiful colors. And won't break your bank either. Now, I've told y'all in the past, anytime I use a paste, I stir it all up to make sure everything is combined. And I wipe under here and not at the top, because if I wipe this at the top, there's a good likelihood that this will stay shut, and then I have to use hot water to get it open, all that good stuff. So that's a pro tip for you to avoid stuck lids on your pigment paste. And our last one, let me split this actually, because there's not going to be a lot of this. All right, let's see here, a little bit more. And I have some on the side, because really and honestly, y'all, it doesn't take a lot. You don't have to pour a lot of color on these. So there's those. And now we have to do our Peacock, which you're gonna see in a second, is a transparent, there it is. It is beautiful. One of my favorites. There's a stick. I'm gonna stir this too, and you'll see when it gets in there what I mean. This is a beautiful paste. Look at that. Look at that green, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? So that is Peacock by Color Obsession. What is the actual? Peacock Green. That is the name if you want to look it up. Color Obsession, Peacock Green. Beautiful color. I like it. And then we're going to use our Abalone shell, which is just a white shimmer that adds so much beauty. Y'all know I like my sparkles. All right, so let's stir all these up, get them ready to go. Okay, we have all of our colors mixed. Now I'm going to show you how I like to pour them. I like to start with my darker colors on the corners and work inward. And then I will also put a dark color along my crystal line. So, move that to the side. Here is our Imperial Green. Now, I'm telling y'all, it does not take very much, because You have to remember, these self-level. And what do I mean, self-level? I mean that it's gonna naturally spread out, right? Resin spreads out to 1/8 of an inch. So this is gonna keep spreading. And I'm just gonna make sure it's flowing over the side. So I have that smooth surface for it to flow down naturally. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And that's why I said, y'all, it doesn't take very much color at all to do these geodes. Doesn't take a lot of resin. And you can easily find out how much resin you need for this by going on that. Remember I said use the Omni calculator, the resin calculator. You just Google Omni resin calculator. It's gonna ask you to put in what shape you're working with. This of course is a rectangle. It's gonna wanna know the measurements and how thick is your resin gonna be. And you can just say 0.25 for 1/4 of an inch is fine, but it probably isn't even gonna be that when it all levels itself out. So now I've got a little bit here I want to fix, but once I put this on, I'm gonna leave it alone. And now I want to just do a line here along my Epsom salt. I'm just gonna let this, y'all, I didn't plan out my work area very well, did I? Now I'm also gonna come back after this is cured and do those gold highlights, remember? All right. So we're just gonna outline this. And you can drag your stick if anything's not connected. That's all you do to outline that. We're gonna pour the rest of our colors and we're gonna let this cure. That's gonna be step 2, because step 1 is putting the crystals down and letting them sit overnight, because if you don't let your crystals and your Epsom salt sit overnight, what's gonna happen is it's gonna sneak up under. Your green's gonna float up underneath this white and it won't look very well. It's gonna look weird. So make sure that you let this sit overnight, okay? Oh, we got more over here. My bad. So just gonna add that highlight line is what I kind of call this. The highlight around the crystals. All right, that's all of that for now. I'm gonna set this to the side. In fact, I'm just gonna set it over here so it's out of the way. Let me put something under it to catch drips. All right, now our next color is gonna be our Tiffany blue. And I'm just gonna pour a very thin line and see how much space I'm giving that. I'm giving that a lot of space, and I'm gonna help start leveling it out so it goes where I want it to go. I'm gonna color down the side of my canvas. Right there. Now we're gonna do the same thing over here. And I'm giving this plenty of space to self-level, right? And we can color down the side here again so it has a smooth flow. And I'm going to kind of thin it out some as I'm working that. Okay. Now that's our Tiffany blue. I'm gonna set this to the side with our Imperial. Now I wanna do this beautiful peacock, y'all. This out of the way too. All right, move that out of the way. Okay, and I'm going to smooth this down. And you can see how it's kind of married up. Ooh, this is the tedious part, y'all. Picking your colors is actually the worst part of this. And the rest, you just take your time. Okay? You're in no rush. There's no hurry because I'm not using a fast cure resin. I have work time with this. Doesn't mean you can take forever, but you don't have to be in a mad rush. You can take your time and make it beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna leave that there. I'm actually gonna wipe some of that off there. Okay. White. Now, this, I am going to use a stick. Because I know that this is going to flatten out and it's going to mix with some of those colors. Okay. There's more I want to. See, I can wipe that off, y'all. I don't have to worry about there. Straighten that back. Now, I'm going to use my stick and let this spread. And you're gonna see in a minute, I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna let this self-level on its own. And then I can come back and fix any areas that aren't like I want it to be. So, there we go. Now, I am gonna leave that be for a minute. Let it do its thing. We're gonna come back and we're gonna fill in some areas. Be back in a minute. All right, y'all, I wanna show you this. What I did is I let this thicken up some, and all I'm doing is introducing one color to their neighbor. So it's a, look, I'm just scooting it up gently. It's a, hi neighbor, how are you? Nice to meet you. Not a, oh my gosh, my daddy saw us together and he's pulling out shotgun for a shotgun wedding. It ain't that kind of close. So all we're doing is just introducing, hello neighbor, how are you? We're gonna be friends. And that's it. Now, there's a little here. We can just scooch it on back. Get on back to your property. Get off mine. And I'm gonna wipe my stick off because I don't want to mix these colors. So I'm just gonna scooch this green, that emerald green back a smidge. And we'll add some more of this beautiful abalone shell there. Okay. So that is that. Now, some of that Tiffany blue down there. Kind of fix those little areas. There we go. And like I said, y'all, this is all gonna self-level, okay? Ooh, this green really wants to run away. I'm gonna scooch him back. Get back to your side. Get off your neighbor's lawn. And that's all right, some of this stuff, because like I said, we're gonna highlight it with gold. So, any little areas that, like this, that are run together, I can just put my gold there and hide it if I want to. Don't really matter. I'll scrape this off and I'll go back and put more on there. Super easy, y'all. These are super easy to fix. Right? Now I'm just gonna smooth that down. Oop, husky hair. Level that out, just like so. Okay. Now, where's my handy dandy torch? Aha. Now, this is not in a mold. So remember what I said about not using fire with a mold? We're not using a mold, we have a wood canvas. So I don't have to worry about my resin melding to that at all. Just pop those initial bubbles, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna add a little more through and see how it starts spreading already. Where's my Tiffany? This will straighten up, balance out any little areas that you have. Get our green. Look, this green here, y'all. Add some more of that. Y'all, isn't that beautiful? I really, really, really love this color. There. Now, I am gonna, what is this? Let me see. Sorry for my arm. That's copper. I don't want to use this because I can't find my gold. This will work to serve its purpose. Let's do, ta-da! It's not going to take very much at all for this. So, y'all, this is not, it's almost Monday, right? Okay. Ooh, I need a better stick. That is, here, this is better. Because I'm telling y'all, this stuff, look at that. It goes such a long way. Very, very, very little is all you need. Put that to the side. Mix this. Oop. Good time I'm doing this because my resin's getting hot. I want to get all these lumps out though. All right, it's mixed up, it's warm, so I gotta move fast. So I'm doing that. And I drag it through my colors, y'all. It's fine. Like that. Do the same thing over here. All right. Maybe I want to drape some through here. And I'm gonna connect that. You can do whatever you want to with this. Okay? Now, I'm gonna leave it alone. That's all I'm gonna do. And then we'll come back and we'll draw some highlights. Because you can do like this on your druzy, or Epsom salt is what I'm using. So you just do that, and you can come back, and I'm still gonna add highlights with my markers. In fact, where is a paper cup? This is why I use the bathroom size paper cups, y'all, for this very purpose right here. All right. See this? I put it in here. I'm gonna pinch, and I have a little pour spout. So I can put a very thin line along my druzy. Well, and come back this way. Same thing. Gonna hit it. Now, I like tilting my geodes for a more natural look. And it's not gonna flow very easy because you can see how it's moving. All right. And now I'm gonna use my glove hand and I'm just gonna join these little areas together that are wanting to not cooperate. Wow, yep. One there. One here. Okay. There. And that's it for this round. We're gonna let this set up. And then we'll come back and we'll do all the highlights and elevate it even more. So, y'all, for you it will be just a minute. For me, it'll be a little bit longer. All right, so we're gonna let this set up and we'll be back to elevate it with our chrome markers. You don't want to miss that because I'm also going to add some fun glitter lines. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to elevate your geodes using glitter and chrome pens. See you in a few. Hey y'all, we're back. It is the next day. I let this set up overnight and you can see I like how this turned out. I wasn't happy with it yesterday. I was kind of on the fence about just re-pouring the whole thing, but I'm okay with how it looks right now. So what we're gonna do today is we are gonna use chrome markers by Let's Resin. I'm gonna use the gold and I'm gonna use the chiseled tip because I can control that better and much easier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna draw some veining. Actually I wanna highlight around my druzy and my crystal with this. And all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press down so that gold really comes to the tip. These are easy to activate. So I just press down on it and get that highlight right at the edge of my druzy. So we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna speed all this up for you guys so you don't have to sit and watch this part, but I wanted you to see how I do this, okay? And this is much easier to control than, see what happened when I poured the copper? And I told you, don't do that. And that's because it spreads like it has. And I really didn't want that to happen, but now you can learn through my mistakes. So next time, just let everything cure. And then you can come in with this gold and add your highlight in a much better control manner. And let me tell you, I always keep baby wipes when I'm working with these chrome pens, and this is why. Oh no, I didn't mean for that to go there. Simply wipe it off. It's gone. So you can use these pens without any worry because you have a quick erase. And even let's say you let it sit too long and it dries, simply spray it with some alcohol. It will come right up. No problem at all. So again, I'm just going along the druzy. I'm giving it that bright gold accent. Y'all, I'm telling you, these pens are game changers. You use these to highlight your coasters around the outer rim. It brings that little bit of depth. And same thing for your geodes here. And there's still pieces that I've got to go back and fill in, which I will do. and I'll let it cure overnight. So that's done. All right. So now, see the difference that makes? It really makes that pop and stand out more. So, highly suggest these. It's the chrome metallic markers. And now let's just decide, I wanna fix that tip. There we go. So we're just gonna highlight some of our lines, right? Just gonna go along here. And maybe we have some veining that comes across there. Or we have some here that connects to this line, right? So there's no wrong way to do this. However you want to draw it on. And like I said, you draw it on, take a step back, look at it. If you don't like it, erase it, right? And that's it. This doesn't take very much at all, okay? So I added our vein lines. You see that? And now I'm going to show you a trick with, we're going to do some glitter lines. And what I did is I mixed up, I'm using Stone Coat's Art Coat. It's a very thick resin. And I mixed in some glitter. And you want the majority glitter to a little bit of resin because you want this to be a paste. See how that's a paste and it just gloops off? That's what you want this to be. And now I'm gonna put it in a syringe so I have better control and can place this much easier. So I'm just gonna let gravity do its thing, put that in the syringe, and we're just gonna do a few glitter lines to accent it even more. And you don't have to do the color of your project. You can do gold glitter if you want. You can do silver, whatever is talking to you, okay? Art is subjective. Whatever you picture in your head, that's what you do. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. It's whatever vision you have for your art. And that's it. That's what makes art so special, right? Because it's not a set. Everyone does A and B together and everyone gets C, right? So that's not how that works. All right, I'm gonna put my syringe in, and I have a handy dandy paper towel, and I am going to try to get all this pushed up. I want all of that air out. All right, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. We'll try to get it to go down. All right, so we're gonna pick, oop, jumping out of there, y'all. Clean the tip. I want this to go on. All right, so I'm gonna start here. And I can take a stick and smooth it out like I want it. Okay, now let's go over here. And I'm sorry if my hand is in the way. All right, there's another one we'll add. A little more there. Maybe just gonna go along here. There. And I'm gonna add one here. All right. I'm just gonna put this along the side there. All good. All right. So, I have the extra. I'm not going overboard. I'm gonna leave it like it is. And I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna clean up some of these edges because I want this clean. So you see why I say baby wipes, y'all, because you can straighten up pieces like this didn't actually make it to the end. Fine. I'm gonna take my baby wipe and I'm gonna straighten up that edge. Get that off there. There, done. So, that's our geode. Now, I'm gonna let everything set up. Let all this cure and dry. I'm gonna fill in these little spots that I still have to put stuff back. And then I'm gonna do one final solid clear coat over it. And we'll be done. That's it. It'll be ready to go. And I did put, of course, painter's tape on the back of my canvas, like I do all of my pieces, to collect any drips or dots for a very easy cleanup. All I do is I take my heat gun, heat this up a little bit, the painter's tape peels right off, done. I don't have to worry about sanding anything down. I don't have any cleanup like that to worry about. So, this is our updated way to do geodes. I'm glad this worked out better than the last round. So tell me below, is there something that you learned this time that you're gonna take into your next geode? Make sure you're doing all the YouTubey things, y'all, because you don't want to miss what I have coming up next. We have some really fun stuff coming. And I have a Christmas surprise that I'll be doing in a week. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video so other beginners can find how we do geodes easy, and share it. That way it gets it out there so more people can see how we do things. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll love doing art with you. Make sure you do all the YouTube things like I said. Until next time, happy arting, y'all. Ta-ta for now.